Hey, I'm Christopher. Welcome to the amazing richest. The line, Trojena, Sindalah, and Oxagon. This is Neom, Saudi Arabia's vision for the future. It's supposed to be an advanced, sustainable, and futuristic megacity unlike any other. In last year, many trailers and videos about the start of its construction reached millions of people around the world. Somehow, it's hard to know how it's going. What's happening? And what did they build so far? Let's find out. The Line. The Line is a huge project in Saudi Arabia announced in 2021. It aims to build a city stretching over 100 kilometers along the Red Sea. It's designed to be eco-friendly with no cars or roads. Since the announcement, work has been progressing. About 20% of the important stuff like roads and buildings is done. A community called Neom Community 1 is now a complete city with houses, schools, and even a Starbucks. They've made good progress digging and building near the coast, including a massive marina. This marina will be huge, big enough for the world's largest cruise ship. It's a massive excavation project, moving lots of earth every week. They've also started piling work, putting in over 4,500 piles to support the main structure. They plan to increase this as construction speeds up in the coming months. The underground rail system, the spine, has also changed. They've made it shorter by more than 30 kilometers and reduced the number of stations from 48 to just 9. Saudi Arabia is mostly paying for this with a big investment fund of $700 billion, controlled by the Crown Prince. Several big companies are involved, like Keller, Bauer, and Baki Soltanche. They're mainly doing digging and foundation work. Power China, a government-owned company, is doing piling work for the marina. WeBuild, an Italian company, and Saudi Sajco are working together to build a high-speed rail line that connects the line to Oxagon. Despite all this progress, there are some important criticisms. First, the project might create a lot of CO2, like 4 times the UK's yearly emissions, which is bad for the environment. There are also concerns about people's rights. Some say residents were forced to leave their homes for the project. Some protesters got long prison sentences, and 3 might face execution. This is a big issue that will impact the project. Trojena. Now, let's check out how Trojena is coming along. It's a super fancy place for winter fun and skiing in the middle of a big desert with lots of mountains. Trojena is just as big and crazy as the other Neom projects, but there's something special about it. They have to finish building it really fast, in only 6 years. Why? Because they're hosting the Asian Winter Games in 2029. They won the chance to hold this cool event last year. The Crown Prince talked about this project in 2022, just a few months before they got the Winter Games. Trojena is about 50 kilometers from the Red Sea coast, in a super tall mountain range. Since they first told everyone about this project, they've been working hard. They've dug up a lot of stuff around the mountains to make room for what they're building. They've already taken out 1.6 million cubic meters of stuff to make a big man-made lake in the middle of the project. They're also making progress on something called the Vault, which is going to be a village that's dug into the mountains. The person in charge of the project says they've taken out more than 1 million cubic tons of stuff from the mountains. One of the main concerns is if it's even possible to keep a winter place like this in an area where it's usually pretty hot. The mountains can get really cold, but it hardly ever snows. To have enough snow for people to ski on, they'll have to use machines to make fake snow. These machines need a lot of water and electricity. And here's the tricky part, they're planning to use seawater from the Red Sea, which is pretty far away. They also have to clean the salt out of the seawater first. But now, let's talk about Sindalah. If you are enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Share it with your friends. Sindalah. Another big project in Neom that they're building right now is Sindalah. It's like a fancy island resort near the city. The island is in a good spot by the Red Sea, and you can get there by boat, seaplane, or the Neom Bay Airport nearby. They're planning to make Sindalah a super nice place for yachts with an 86-spot marina. There will be 3 fancy hotels, a golf course, and lots of fancy restaurants and stores. They told everyone about this project just last December, and they're hoping to have the first guests by 2024. When Sindalah opens, it's going to be a big deal because it's the first chance for people to see what Neom is all about. So, they're working hard on building Sindalah, and you can see it from pictures taken by satellites. They've built roads, and they already decided where the buildings and foundations will be. Some of the buildings around the marina look almost done. They've even started making the grass for the golf course. Marriott International is planning to open 3 fancy hotels there and thinks they'll be ready by 2024. Up on the island's northeast side, there's a whole area just for the people working on the project. There are offices, places for keeping stuff, places for people to live, and things for them to use. Out of all the big plans in Neom, Sindalah looks like it's coming together the quickest. We did a lot of research to find out. Oxagon. Inside Neom, there's Oxagon, a floating industrial port city on the west coast of Saudi Arabia. In simple terms, Oxagon is meant to be the business and industrial center of Neom. It's a city by the sea where lots of big ships go by, and it'll help with new industries like clean energy. They're also building the port of Neom there, which is like the main hub for industries and shipping in the future city. They're spending a lot of money, about $2 billion to open part of the port by 2025. Oxagon isn't just about work, it's going to be a whole city with places for people to live, have fun, and visit. Some big companies like IHG Hotels and Resorts, Curtin Hospitality, and Yodel are planning to start their businesses there around 2025 and 2026. But, there's not much news or updates on how far they've come with building Oxagon. From the pictures taken by satellites, you can see some buildings around the port of Neom, but some of those are part of the older Duba port, which they renamed. A bit to the south, there's a community like the ones they built in the line in Sindalah, but it looks like they haven't finished much there compared to the rest of Neom. So, even though they're really talking about Neom, we'll have to see how it all turns out in the end. Thank you to everyone who watched the video. Your support and feedback are greatly appreciated. Please continue to support us and share your suggestions in the comments below. We are grateful for being part of this wonderful community. See you in the next video.